Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Chris Allen with your weather podcast for this January 5th. It is a chilly morning across the WBKO viewing area. Looking at some of the Kentucky mesonet temperatures, we're seeing some teens, as expected, show up this morning. For instance, it is 18 degrees currently in Logan County at the Russellville mesonet site as of 4:40 a.m. Central Time. We've had a couple of others. Let's see. Burkesville down in Cumberland County. You're also at 18 degrees this morning. We do have a lot of low to mid-20s showing up across the area. So as you head off to work and as the kids head off to school this morning, make sure that they are dressed in layers, dressed warmly, especially if they have to wait for that old school bus to show up. Seems like it's always running behind on the cold days, doesn't it? That's probably because it takes a little bit longer for those things to get warmed up, heated up, and you may have to warm up your vehicle or scrape the windshield in some cases this morning. But we do see a warm-up coming over the next several days, but with that warmer air will come a chance of rain. Rain will return as we get toward the end of the week and into the upcoming weekend. Looking at the numbers from our Monday, we had an official high of 41 degrees. We got a few degrees warmer than expected as we got some of the clouds cleared out early. That allowed a little bit more sun to break through, so 41 officially. That happened a little bit after 3 o'clock yesterday at the Bowling Green Airport. 45 is the average high, so we were just 4 degrees shy of average. 23 was our low temperature. That was just before midnight. 27 is the average, and there again, we're 4 degrees shy of average. 1 year ago, we had a high of 61 and a low of 25 back in 2015. Now, when I reflect back a year, it's now 2015. Hard to believe. It's 2016 now. No precipitation past 24 hours or for the month of January. Here it is, the 5th day. We're running about a half-inch shy of where we ought to be to stay on pace for January, but we're not too worried about that as we see rain chances coming toward the end of the week. Today, though, high pressure, large and in charge. It is northeast of us, so the flow this morning will be a little bit more from the east and then eventually from the southeast. So a sunny, chilly day. We're going to go back to 41, which was our high temperature yesterday. We could hit 42, 43, maybe closer to the mid-40s, depending on how quickly we warm up today. We are calling for a southeast wind at 5. For tonight, another clear, cold night with a low of 22. And then as we get into Wednesday, that's when the warming trend really kicks into high gear. We'll see a mostly sunny 47. We could get closer to 50 in some places, especially west. More of a southerly flow helping that. For Thursday, this is when we'll begin to see an increase in cloud cover. And if you listened to the podcast yesterday or watched Shane's weather last night or even my weather yesterday, you know that there is a storm system that will be moving out of the west into Texas, and then that energy will move out of Texas into our neck of the woods by, say, Thursday evening into Thursday night. And we're calling for a pretty decent chance of rain, but it would be all rain as temperatures will be much warmer. We're calling for a high of 54 on Thursday, then a low of 45 Thursday night with an 80% chance of rain. So it looks like occasional rain will be here, especially as we get into Thursday night and kind of off and on Friday too. 40% chance of showers on Friday with a warm high again of 57. But as we get into Saturday, that's when the cold front will start to make its progress across the Commonwealth. We're going to keep in a 40% chance of rain showers. We'll start early with a high of 57, but then temperatures will slowly fall as we get into, say, Saturday afternoon and evening down to 38. Saturday night. Now, that's warm enough to keep it all rain. Now, north of us, there's a chance there could be a little bit of a mix, which Shane talked about last night for Sunday morning. But here, it appears temperatures may just stay warm enough to keep it all liquid instead of frozen precipitation. That's still kind of iffy. So I'll tell you right now, we're not very certain, and we don't have very high confidence of that, but we'll keep close tabs on it over the next couple of days. For now, we're just going to go with a chilly light rain early Sunday morning, then cloudy for the rest of Sunday and colder with a high around 40. Now, if we stay around 40, then everything would just be a chilly rainfall, but it all depends on how cold or how shallow that cold air layer is above us. If it starts to run rather deep, then we could find some frozen precipitation falling, but then probably melting as it hits the ground. So, again, that's kind of a touch-and-go situation there. I don't think it's going to be anything. Right now, it doesn't look like anything significant, as the colder air will be coming in on the tail end of the moisture, but the timing is what we've got to watch here over the next few days. And, of course, we may adjust that forecast. Don't be surprised if we come back and say, well, looks like there's a little better possibility of some frozen precipitation, or if we just warm it up even more and just keep it rain. Don't be surprised either way. It's just way too soon to call it right now. But I don't think there would be anything significant coming out of that. We get down to 25 on Sunday night as skies begin to clear. Then Monday, well, even colder. Even though it's going to be mostly sunny, we're going to see a high of only 36, as it does look like we're going to enter a prolonged period of Arctic air. We talked about it yesterday. Next week, we'll have not the coldest air of the season, but certainly a longer period of colder air, more typical of January, coming next week. Once again, I want to remind you that this coming Saturday is the Medical Center's Health and Wellness Expo. That's at the Sloan Convention Center here in Bowling Green. It is free, and it's open from 8 a.m. until noon on Saturday. And there will be all kinds of free health screenings, weight loss programs, smoking cessation programs, health and exercise programs, and, of course, at our WBKO table, it will be me and Shane and Daniel and Matt. We will all be there with Kroger, that's our partner with Midland Radio, to sell and program NOAA weather radio. So if you still do not have a weather radio, this will be your opportunity to purchase one right there on the spot. Or if you have a NOAA weather radio and you feel like it's not working, you know, what we had about a week and a half ago when we had the severe weather, if you found during that time your weather radio is not working properly, then bring it to the Health and Wellness Expo, and we'll take a look at it, see if we can get it fixed. If not, that'll be an opportunity for you to get another one, as we want you to, be able to monitor the weather when it turns severe. And before you know it, we'll be into spring and severe weather season once again, and you'll want to be ready. So that's this Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon at the Sloan Convention Center here in Bowling Green. In the meantime, have yourselves a great Tuesday. Thank you so much for listening, and God bless you. Know the weather before it knows you. I'll see you live at 5:30 on AM Kentucky, 11 a.m. on midday, streaming live to the WBKO app and WBKO.com. And then later today, join me for my radio show, Classic Hits, Sam 100.7 from 3 until 7 this afternoon.